We've got our runner is Ravi he's from Japan, and he won't be commentating live on the run. So I've got myself, I'm Matty Ice 3131, and with me I've got Alec Torn, who also runs the game. Starting the game off, we've got kind of the standard couple minute long cutscene going on. Just a little bit of meeting the main characters. Kind of Adel washes up on a new continents thing. So Ravi's playing on the Japanese version of the game, which has a few differences from the American version. Most of them won't come up until a little bit later. It's just a little bit of routing difference because of how some of the mechanics work differently.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, so what have you gone over so far?
Just introducing the game and stuff. Haven't really discussed any of the mechanics yet.
Did you mention the version differences?
I did mention he's running on JP version.
There are like 4 versions of this game. PlayStation 2, PSP, and 2 PC versions, I think. We only do runs on the PC versions because I don't know why, but I thought we do. But it's probably faster to run on PC because of the mouse. You can see that he's doing all this lunge dashing movement, which is only possible, well, not only possible with the mouse, but a lot easier to do with the mouse.
It's really hard to do with a controller.
Yeah, and yeah, it's really hard to do. I'm not even sure it's possible to do this quickly, like all in a row like this. You can do one of them, but I don't know if you can really use it for a speedrun.
Yeah, I had trouble doing it when I played casually, even though I knew about it a little bit.
Yes, so anyway, the Japanese version, the main difference with the Japanese version is the original release of the game. And the Steam version is a newer release, the English release. And the main difference between the two is an item called the Wing of Alma, which basically lets you teleport. And in the Japanese version, the way it works is that you can only use it inside of dungeons, and it only teleports you at the start of the dungeon. So basically, it's like an escape item. You use it to go back to the beginning of the dungeon. In the Japanese version, it's in the Steam version, the English version, you can use it to teleport to any save point that you've previously visited. So basically, in the Steam version, you can teleport all over the place, and it's a little bit faster. And in the Japanese version, you have to do more backtracking and running back and forth.
Yeah, you'll see a few of the overworld areas a lot more in this version as compared to a run on the Steam version.
My God, what is he doing? Oh my!
he talked to her after he clipped, which I didn't know you could.
Yeah, what the fuck?
That's kind of cool. So basically what he's done here is he's going to pick up this capital water early, and in order to do that, to get this one, normally you'd need the ability to walk underwater, but some of the edges of the world in this game, because they're not perfectly straight lines like a lot of them are in, say, East Origin or Felghana, is you can actually clip into some of the walls, and basically it puts you what would be considered underwater, so you can kind of do hover jumps and stay underwater without getting stuck at the bottom of the world. And coming out in the other direction, you're actually allowed to walk underwater. You don't hit the trigger that says, hey, you need to be able to walk underwater until you get to the other end, and then it just kicks you out of the normal spot.
And we get that couple of water because we'll be trading it for another item in the next city. Oh, here's the first boss. So in this boss, in theory, you can manipulate the movement of Adol in this cutscene. He's going to protect the little girl here with an attack, and you can... Oh, he did it! You can do a lunge manipulation like that, which moves you closer to the boss, which helps out a little bit to dodge the attack and get one attack in. For this boss, a good fight will be getting 5 attacks in after every dodge, and dodging the arms attack is pretty easy. And whether he does flames or not is RNG, and the flames are slower because they take a little more time to dodge. That was a quick fight, that was good.
So you'll notice that he does a lot of the attacks where he jumps and then does kind of a whirlwind in the air. That attack does the most damage, and you can only do it while you're moving upwards. Similar to other games, if you're moving downwards in the air while you do an attack, you do a down stab. And for several bosses in the early game, he'll be using the upwards attack to deal more damage. It seems like at the end of the fight there, I never noticed before, but you actually can take damage from the boss falling over. So he's going to use that because there's a forced death later. I guess you don't. I guess you keep your health anyway, so it doesn't matter. I wasn't sure about that.
It just gives you back your health, I think. He just did it for fun.
Yeah, I didn't know if that was actually part of manipulation, because there is a fight that you're intended to lose, so you do end up needing to have low HP at some point.
Oh, yeah. No, that was just for fun.
And as you'll notice, similar to Oath and Felgana, you can't swing your sword in town, so you end up moving a lot slower there, and you can't do the fast movement with the lunge attack. So basically how that works is, if you're moving along the ground, if you stop and then immediately move again and attack, you do a lunge. But if you jump at the same time, you keep that momentum into your jump, and you can basically chain them together by mashing your attack button.
Yeah, you mash the mouse button, the left click.
Yep.
To time the attack and jump, but you mash the left click.
Yeah, in order to do it, you want to do an attack like 1 or 2 frames before jumping, so that you get the dash attack instead of, say, like a jumping upwards uppercut attack. Yeah, as you can see there, he took a little bit of damage. So, another thing that, in addition to level grinding in this game, we have to collect Emil ore, which is used to upgrade the swords. Ideally, at this point in the run, you'd have a couple Emil from some of the enemies you killed earlier, but it looks like he's a bit unlucky and didn't get any this time. So, you will need to pick up 5 Emil before reaching town in order to upgrade the sword that he has, Livart, to level 2. And right there is the fight I mentioned earlier. You meet Geist, and he challenges you to a duel. Technically, it's possible to defeat him in the fight. There's actually an achievement on Steam for doing it, but it's much faster to just lose the fight. Since at the time, you don't really have the firepower to beat him in a reasonable time. So here you'll see him grinding these enemies for both levels and a bit of Amalur. And in the bottom right, you'll see that he has an item equipped. In Arc of Napishtim, you can actually equip healing items to, I believe it's one of the bumper buttons, but I mean, obviously everything can be remapped. And you can use those at any time. So he's going to be keeping those equipped in order to, obviously, help him not die.
I think he needs 5 ml here, he only has 2.
Yes. So he might end up a little bit over level, depending on how unlucky he gets with the ML drops.
Yeah, it's not going well at all.
Probably if this was a real attempt, it would have been reset because of not having 2 ML before the first boss.
This is bad RNG.
But this is really the only part of the run where the ML drops are super important to get right away. In the later parts of the game, you're grinding so much that you end up getting all the ML normally anyway. Fortunately, for the most part, the level needs for your character and the ML requirements for upgrading your swords are about the same, so you don't tend to have too many issues with needing to grind extra levels or ML at any point.
Almost died there. Actually, it's actually possible to die here. Grinding and farming in this place is not super easy. There have been times where I've died and Ravi has died, I guess. I think so. I mean, I think he has died as well there.
Yeah, those bugs can be a real pain.
They can combo you. They can combo you. You can't get out of it, and they can combo you.
Yeah, you have very few iframes in this game after being hit, so it's possible to get hit like 3 or 4 times within a second, and if you don't notice it, or if you aren't able to jump out, then it's very easy to die at any point. Especially early in the game when you don't have any armor.
So now he's going to trade the couple of water that he got earlier with the glitch to this guy for the ML Mallet. ML Mallet is an item that I think gives you 50% more ML. So if if an enemy normally drops 5 ML, he's going to drop 7 ML instead.
Yeah, it's rounded down for odd numbers, but I think the 5 ML drops are the only ones that have an odd number to begin with, except for the ones, which you won't really see anymore anyway. So now we're out into the main overworld area. And
just going to go straight to the next dungeon.
Yeah, right here is actually a difference in the routing between the JP and the Steam versions, because in the Steam version, we would immediately head to the cave area to pick up the save point, because we could teleport there later, right? Or do you not do that anymore?
I think you do that a little. No, you do that a little after this, not now. But yeah, this dungeon is where you get. By the way, these bombs are really hard to kill. He's doing well here now. He's got enough levels to kill them easily. But those bombs can kill you the first 2 or 3 bombs because you're very low level at this point when entering there.
Yeah, and the bombs will kill you in 2 hits.
Yeah, exactly. And they're really hard to kill before they explode. And
yeah, as you can see, they're dealt half his health bar in 1 hit.
Yeah, there's a lot of damage. It's easy to die here, especially.
Fortunately, they give you a lot of XP, so if you get hit once, it's not a huge deal because you're going to level up really quickly, and that gives you a full heal.
Exactly. For some reason, they give like 5 times the experience of normal enemies. I guess it's because they're so difficult to kill, because they explode quickly.
And right here, we're going to do a little bit of grinding because there's a few of the bomb rocks that can be killed really quickly on transitioning between rooms.
He's already stopping, he's already going forward here. I do this, I go forward after 1 more level here. He's doing it earlier than me. I'm not sure if this is a difference between the Japanese version and the Steam version, or
It seems like he's just killing more of the rocks along the way, which normally if you grind a little bit more, you just skip them.
I also started killing the ones on the way actually, but I still would have grinded a little more there. But anyway, so basically this is the dungeon where you get the item I was talking about, the Wing of Alma. He's going to get it right here, in this chest. So basically this is where the routing changes between the Japanese version and the Steam version because of this item.
Didn't pick it up yet.
I'm not really sure what he's going to do now with the routing.
He may just be doing this part first. I don't know. So in this cutscene, you have to save this guy from a few monsters. These enemies can only be damaged by downstabs. They block every other form of attack that you have. And a while back, he opened another chest. That one gave an extra accessory slot. Maximum you can have 5. I believe he'll only be picking up 3 out of the 4 extra ones during the run. And we've picked up what amounts to the tier 3 armor and shield at this point. The tier 2 one can be bought from the merchant in the first town, but that's skipped because you need to grind out getting gold for it, and it's not as useful.
I see what he's doing. I think he went to get the shield first before farming more, because the shield has like a hidden property, a hidden ability that it increases your luck. And what that does basically is it makes enemies drop more often. And look at this, every enemy dropped ammo there. I went to get the shield first and then went back to start farming ammo.
Yeah, so here we're doing a bit more grinding. Target is to get 135 ammo, so the sword can be upgraded to level 5.
It's going to take a little bit.
And you get to a couple levels as well. The other thing you'll notice is that in Ark of Napishtim, you can actually get critical hits as well. We saw a couple of those on the first boss. They deal like 3.5 times damage or something like that.
I don't know, the other games didn't have critical hits.
Yeah, I don't believe any of the ones that we've seen played yet have them. I'm not sure if some of the newer ones do or not.
So there he just used the Wing of Alma item to teleport back to the entrance of the stage, and now he's going to upgrade his sword, I think.
It looks like he's going to get the cave first.
Yeah, he's going to grab the...
He's getting the armor.
The 4th tier armor and shield. This is a massive...
I think it's the 5th tier, actually.
Yeah, it could be. It's the second to last tier.
Yeah.
What would you call this? Sequence break? I don't know.
The 4th tier is bought from the second town merchant.
It's very unintended going inside here and grabbing the second to last tier armor and shield. The enemies here deal a lot of damage. I think they kill in 2 hits, but I'm not sure.
Yes, they kill in 2 hits. And all of the jelly slimes in this game, well, not all of them, but several varieties of them inflict status conditions on you, such as Confusion, Heavy, Curse. Confusion reverses your controls. Heavy makes you slow. Curse reduces your attack and defense, I believe.
Yeah, and then there's Poison.
Yeah, Poison is the other one. Poison is not a problem, as we'll see very soon, though. So right here, he's picking up the Galba armor, and he picked up the shield a few seconds ago. The Galba armor gives you a ridiculous amount of defensive power. It basically makes you close to invulnerable to stuff in the first couple dungeons because you're not intended to have it yet. But it also inflicts a permanent poison status on you. So as you'll see, he's ticking off points of health every couple seconds here. But for the most part, it doesn't really make a difference because you're not taking as much incidental damage from enemies as well.
Yeah. It's definitely worth the poison. The armor is that good. Also, the shield not only gives you defense, but also gives you 5 attack, 5 strength.
Yep.
It's also cool to have. It's the only shield that gives you strength, I think.
Yep.
Okay, so he powered up to level 5 the weapon, and now he's going, I suppose he's going to fight the boss in the dungeon.
Yeah, so he'll be traveling back up the mountain and up to the top.
For example, here on the Steam version, you could just use the Wing of Alma again to teleport straight to the top of the mountain and save all this time running around.
And also in the Steam version, during the cave dive part of the run, you actually pick up the midpoint save, which, combined with the abilities of the wing, you can go straight back to the midpoint of the cave when you need to go back there.
That's true, but that's actually something that recently I've started thinking is not faster, it's like a couple seconds slower actually.
Okay.
So I don't think
I know that was something you used to do, so I wasn't sure if it was still feasible.
Yeah, it's something I still do in my Steam Run World Record, but I don't think it's faster anymore.
So right here we're going to see a little bit of a movement glitch where in some of these corners on the walls you can actually do a hop which gets a little bit of extra height, so you don't have to go around and really climb all the stairs on the rock faces. I think that's used in a couple more places.
Yeah, it's used also to skip a cutscene.
Yes, yeah, there's that too.
Oh, here is the first boss? No, the second boss.
Yes, the second boss. So what he's picked up there, and I guess kind of plot-wise, the Redden people who are the ones in the first village that we went to, they have this artifact which is known as the Mirror of Zim, but it's recently been stolen and apparently it was fractured into 3 pieces, and what he picked up there was one of the pieces of the mirror. But as you'll see here, most of the damage he's going to take from this boss is just from the poison over time. And he's dealing a lot of damage as well because of how much he's leveled up.
Wow, this is going really quickly.
Yeah, this is a pretty good fight. Yeah, that was really fast. If you didn't quite see it, the critical there dealt about a lot of damage, even though it was the one that killed the boss and overkilled it by several HP. I think the crits do like 80 or more damage.
Now he gets the second sword, Brillante. And I think he's just going to go straight to the next dungeon, but first there's a cutscene.
Yes, according to the info he has in his route, he's just going to go straight to the ruins area.
This is the cutscene where the boy you saved comes back to the city.
Actually, another side note here on version differences. It's possible to not have this cutscene on the Steam version, because if you enter town from the other side, you don't get this cutscene.
No, it's not that. It's just that with the Wing of Alma, you can just keep going through the city. You can just go ahead and skip this part. You can just teleport to the save point that's outside of the city, where it's going now. That's how you skip it. If you actually enter from this other side of the city, you still trigger the cutscene, but it just looks a little broken because Adol comes in from the other side of the city.
Okay. I couldn't remember how that worked or not, so...
He killed those enemies for ML. And now he's just going to go... Ruins of Lost Time. Which are opened with Brillante. Three of these doors in the game. The one with the blue sword levered was like after the first boss. That's the Brillante door, and there is a door for the third sword as well, but not going to go through it because it only has items behind it.
Yeah, they're not items that you need to finish the game either.
Now, he actually does this a way that I've kind of never seen before. With the Livard sword, he made the Livard level 5 and he's going to go through this dungeon with Livard.
Yeah, I believe in your route you actually grind more Emil before Zonplas, right? And you upgrade. Yeah. You wait until after you get the Brillante sword and upgrade that instead.
So I upgrade Brillante and do this place with Brillante. Brillante is a little stronger. It has more strength. If it's at the same level as Livard. It deals a little more damage and makes this place easier. Also has...
oh boy, he fell.
Each sword... I think I'm a little behind. Oh yeah, he fell down. That sucks. That costs like...
15 seconds maybe?
Yeah, kind of.
So this area has a lot of... This room specifically has a kind of a platforming shortcut, which to do effectively requires a little bit of dash jumping. But he needs to go on this top path because he's going to pick up this Capel water, as well as this accessory. And on the way back, he's going to... And on the way back, he's also going to pick up another accessory slot.
So this place, optimally, you don't want to fall down, except for that one time you do it on purpose to get the accessory, the item there, the Galba hand, I think it's called.
Yeah, either hand or claw, I don't remember exactly what the name is.
Yeah, I think it's a hand, and so yeah, he fell off once.
Wow, he got sniped.
Did he get sniped? I'm behind. Oh my god,
He got sniped.
That sucks. He fell down twice, that's...
Yeah, so the Galba hand accessory gives, I believe it's plus 10 strength and minus 10 defense.
Yeah.
So, normally it'd be a bit of a risk, but because we have the really high tier armor already, it doesn't really cause us to take that much damage.
Yeah.
And right here he's getting the accessory slot, so he's just going to re-equip the Emil Mallet.
So I was saying about swords before. Brillant, each sword has a special attack. The Livard one has the whirlwind attack that you've seen Ravi use a few times, and which is not very useful for this place. And Brillant has Brillant is the red sword, has the a charge attack, a charge slash that's
very
useful. Yeah, we will see now against the boss. No, wait, you won't see it because he doesn't have the he doesn't have it leveled up. How is he going to fight the boss? Oh wow, I have no idea here. He's just
this is a different way than Alex done the boss before.
I've never done it. I mean, I've actually done this dungeon with the lever at the very start, like when I was routing the Steam version. I thought that this route could maybe be faster, but I ended up using a route that uses Brillante at the end.
So basically what you're seeing here is it sort of amounts to a boss skip. Basically the boss has a hitbox here, which can be damaged with really high damaging attacks such as crits or the Brillante or the special attacks of each sword. Which is why you see him using the whirlwind against it. And basically when the boss spawns, it's going to have 0 HP and explode.
Yeah, it's a glitch. Not sure why the hitbox is there before the fight, but it's also there before another boss, but we don't do a glitch there because it's in a place that's not easy to reach with attacks, so you can't really do the same thing there. Steam version, I use Brillante there and use charge attack, charge slashes. You haven't seen it yet, but Brillante has its own special attack, which is a charge slash that does damage. As you see it, I don't know, soon enough. Yeah, it's going to level up Brillante after these cutscenes, so you'll see it then.
So as you can see, there's actually like kind of a nice little touch is that each sword has its own animation for the dash attack. Brillante uses kind of an overhead slash. The third sword is a little bit different as well.
Right, they not only have different special attacks, they just have different attacks altogether.
Yeah. Basically, they're sort of different kinds of swords. Livart's sort of like, I guess, kind of like a scimitar almost. Brillante is more like a standard kind of sword, and the third one is like a rapier, which we'll see coming up right after this cutscene. He's going to pick it up.
Music in chat said, doesn't that make for an unwinnable scenario later? I think he's talking about what we were saying with the cutscene skip.
The cutscene in town. I don't remember about that.
Yeah, I think you actually, the boss doesn't spawn if you skip the cutscene, I think, so yeah,
okay, maybe it is.
Stops the game like that.
I just remember that you can skip it. You don't actually do it during the run anyway because it's not really faster.
If you could skip it, I mean, well, it would require rerouting because I need to be in town to level up the sword, but if you could skip it, maybe it would be faster, but I don't think you can. I mean, you can skip it, but then the boss doesn't spawn, so it's pointless.
Yeah. You'll notice here he waited for a while to teleport. You actually can't use the Wing of Alma in the Sanctuary, so you have to get out to where that set of stairs is in the ruins before you can use it again.
And that's the same in the Steam version as well. That's one of the few places in the Steam version that doesn't allow you to use the Wing of Alma.
Yeah, I think the only other one is the last area, right?
Yeah, I think so.
The very last area.
Now I'm a little lost. Oh yeah, no, he's going to the wait, where is he going?
He's talking to Baslam.
Into Baslam. Does he get the item now, I think?
The talisman, yeah.
This is the item that lets you go underwater, which is what you're supposed to need to get the first couple of water that we got. But we used the glitch there, so we didn't need it. But there's going to be another underwater section that we can't skip by going out of bounds. There is no way of going out of bounds in that place, so you need the item for it. So now he's leveling up the Brillante sword, and he's going to go and a level on Ritual. And that level is important actually because it allows you to have magic on the sword. And yeah, so each sword level basically unlocks a new ability to the sword. Like level 1 doesn't really have anything special, level 2 unlocks magic, and also each level gives you +7 strength to the sword. Level 2 has magic, level 3...
I think gives you the special.
Yeah,
3 or 4 gives you the
attack.
special attack.
So anyway, levels just give you unlocked stuff.
Subsequent levels either power up the special, or some of them give you unlock varying degrees of magic regeneration speed.
Right. So basically that second level on a ritual there, he did that because it's important because it unlocks the ability to use magic for the sword, and he's going to abuse that at the boss later on to make the boss recharge. If he can, it doesn't always work, but if he can do it, he can charge two swords at once with full magic at the boss. So anyway, now you can see the charge attack, the special attack of Brillante, which is pretty good to kill enemies, and he's grinding and farming ammo here with the slimes. He's actually doing it at the start of the caves. This is what I do on the Steam version, but he used to do it in a different area, in a different room. Actually in the room that you could have seen before when he went to get the equipment earlier on.
Yeah, the large room there's like 30 or 40 slimes right before where the shield was in here before.
Yeah, exactly.
There's potential to gain really big chunks of XP there using Brillante's magic attack, because it's basically just a giant line of fire that pierces through everything. More or less an upgraded version of the normal sword special.
And he used to do that. I'm actually surprised to see that he's not doing it. I've never done it on the Steam version because I don't know, it's hard to say whether it's faster or not. And seeing that now he's actually using my strategy to grind and farm, I think that maybe he figured out that it's not faster to go the way there to grind. He's just doing it here, like me, on the Steam version.
I think one of the other differences too is it takes a lot longer to manipulate the slimes in the other room because they're a lot more spread out. So it might be faster just to do these few instead of trying to get all the ones in that other room.
That's the thing. In the other room there are a lot more slimes, a lot more enemies. So you can kill a lot more, grind a lot more at once, but it takes longer to kill them and it takes longer to reach that room. So it's hard to say where it's faster to grind.
And in the other room as well, you have the different colored slimes, which with that you run the risk of, if you actually get hit, getting status effects such as Confuse, which can make things really, really awful.
Not sure if this is just a safe strategy or if he actually thinks that it's faster to grind here now.
Yeah, it's possible this is a safer strat as well. But the ultimate goal here is he's aiming for slightly over 2400 ML in order to get calculated out for certain sword levels. It's a few more than I believe you got in your run. I think you aimed for 2310, if I remember right. It's 2300 something.
I don't remember.
No, I don't remember the number off the top of my head.
He's just trying to farm ML so that he can power up the sword. Well, farm EVL and grind levels, really. He needs to do both. He needs to get stronger, basically. So so he's doing this for a while, then he will go to power up the sword with all the hammer he got.
Let's see, 2370 is what you have, I think. I have it written down on my splits. So it's just a little bit more.
See, do you know if he just does this to level up Brillante, or does it do something else?
He is going to get level 4 on Erisil as well. So that's what the extra 40-ish ML is for.
He does level 4 Ritual, I remember now.
Yes, it's level 4.
Ritual is the rapier, yellow sword, the third one. Actually, it's fast. Actually, it's faster to do the dash jumps with a Ritual, the third sword. I just noticed this. I think he's not doing it, which is weird. It's slightly faster to do the movement technique with the third sword. Brillante and Livard, the first two swords, are basically the same speed.
Yeah, Erisil's gimmick is that as you do base attacks, you kind of build up like a static charge, and then you end up doing kind of like a dash attack, which similar to Earth or Thunder type magic in some of the other games, which is just kind of a dash that goes through things.
He's not using a Ritual, I have no idea why. It should be slightly faster to use it.
And here is going to be this is the only optional boss that he's going to fight in this run. And he's just trying to manipulate the position to do a few down stabs and get some really quick damage. He was almost able to get that in one cycle there.
That was really good. He's actually really good at this boss fight.
He's quite good at this. He's quite good at this boss fight. Unfortunately, even with the heavy armor that we have, this boss deals a lot of damage. As you can see, it only took 3 or 4 hits for him really to get completely destroyed. And the boss also inflicts heavy status on you, which, if that happens, it makes it really hard to dodge. But the reason we're doing this is in order to get an accessory that lets us do the most efficient grinding possible in the next section of the game.
I hate this boss so much. He's died twice now.
Yeah, this boss is a big pain. He's trying to do it in one cycle because the intermittent phase of the fight is really long. Basically, it's just a survival portion where you have to sit there and wait. Seems like this time he's just gonna wait and kill it on the next time down. You'll also notice that he switched his equip item to herbs, which heal 100 as opposed to the honey, which only heals 50. But there he's picked up, it's called the Bell of Silence. That allows you to kill a certain enemy further into the cave.
Boss fight didn't go really well, but it's a pain. It's like, honestly, it's almost the most annoying boss fight in the run.
It's probably the hardest boss in the run.
In the end game is also not easy, but that boss is a real pain. It's RNG on the movement. It can kill you very quickly with damage. It does a lot of damage. And it's really hard to, it's actually really hard to hit. You can tell without playing. It's really hard to hit that boss. It just moves. What Ravi was doing there was trying to manipulate the boss into the wall, into a corner, so that he wouldn't move away, so he can hit it consistently and deal a lot of damage. But that's really hard to do, and the boss likes to run all over the place, and it's really hard to hit. It's a pain in the... It's a pain, really. Now he's just going to continue on this labyrinth-like cave. And I'm not sure if he kills this. Yeah, he kills the spiders. Okay.
He died.
He died? Oh no! Yeah, I just avoid the spiders because I don't want to deal with them. I just
Yeah,
dodged them.
so what he's doing here in this room is, up on the ledge there's a chest with a capsule of water in it. Using similar glitch with the corner of the wall as previously, you can get up on the ledge, and that skips having to go around the path to the upper level.
The jump is totally unintended, it's a glitch. By the way, he's getting all this Kapla water because Kapla water is basically the best item in the game, and he's going to need it for the end game boss rush. Also there, he entered that room with an optional boss without fighting it. That was just to get a save. When you enter that room, it saves there, so if you die, you're going to restart from there instead of all the way back from the save point. He's just going to grind and farm against his bat enemies.
Yeah, this is, I believe this is the last grinding part of the game, right?
No, there is a grinding part in Kishkan also.
Yeah, that's right, yeah, there is one in the middle of Kishko. This is the last one where we're grinding for Emil, though, specifically, though the other one is only for levels. So these are the enemies that he needed the bell to kill. Otherwise, you can't damage them at all.
You deal 0 damage even if you have like level 9000. I've actually cheated myself to absurd levels and you still deal 0 damage without the item.
But you'll see that he's going to use the uppercut attack combined with magic whenever possible to clear out the room as fast as possible.
It's also possible to die here, by the way, if you're not careful.
Yeah, these enemies deal a lot of damage, even with the high tier armor.
At this point, you're basically assumed to have that armor because now you're at that point in the game where you would normally have the armor. Enemies start dealing more damage now.
Fortunately, a lot of these enemies drop herbs as well, so you can pretty freely use healing items and not run the risk of running out too often. So if you start running low on HP, you can use your heals.
How much ammo does he need here? By the way, there's one thing we haven't...
Let's see, he's got listed 19,700-ish.
Damn, that's a lot. So there's one thing...
I think that's more than you got, but I think he's also leveling up, because he's leveling up Airseal as well.
Yeah, it's... I only get like 14,900, something close to that. We haven't mentioned one thing, and I'm not even sure if he's doing it, but every time you grind, or rather, every time you farm ML, like here or against the slimes earlier, you are supposed to equip the other shield, the tier 3 or tier 3 shield, I think it is, that you got in the mountain dungeon where we fought the second boss, Zomplas. Because that one, like I said, when he got it the first time, gives you more luck, and more luck means that the enemies drop more, so the grinding goes faster. That's also a reason why actually you can die while farming the enemies here. I'm not sure if he equipped it. I wasn't
paying attention either. I don't think he did.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think he did, which is a little slower, but it's safer. I guess he's going for the safer option. Because obviously, without the shield is, I think, using now, he will take even more damage and deal even less damage.
Yeah, even so, the ammo grinding is pretty fast in this area because, as you can see, each one gives like 200. They give about 200 and something. I think it's 225. I think the normal ones are 150. So with the mallet, you get over 200.
He actually equipped the shield, I noticed there. He's done grinding and farming now, and he's going to go ahead. What happened? Oh no, did he get hit by the slimes?
He got hit by the slime, yeah.
Damn, that slime sucks. That slime gives you every single status effect. It gives confusion, heavy, and curse. He didn't get cursed though. I'm not sure why.
He got confused. I think it just gives you confused. It doesn't give you heavy.
No, I'm certain they give you heavy, confusion, and curse as well. But I'm not sure if it's all of them or maybe it's a random.
I think it might be random.
Might be random. Maybe he got confusion there, which is actually really bad. I'd prefer getting heavy or curse. Confusion.
I'd prefer curse over either one.
Of course.
He makes it really easy to get hit again. Confusion just makes it annoying because you get reverse controls.
The thing with heavy and confusion is that with heavy, it's still really easy to use the dash jumping movement and get away. But with confusion, it's a lot harder to do that because with confusion you have controls inverted, so it's a lot harder to do. And I think that's the worst thing. Here is a boss.
Yeah, this is a boss.
I was going to say something, but I forgot. Oh yeah, you were seeing the special attack of the ritual there underwater to move faster. There's actually another thing we haven't mentioned about differences. I'll say it later. So this boss, he's killing the hand before attacking with magic.
I think maybe he didn't have a full magic charge. I didn't notice.
He did have it, but instead of using the magic, he just preferred attacking a little bit the hand first. I mean, not that big of a difference.
So you'll notice he destroys the hands on this boss. Destroying the hands gives you a huge magic boost, which lets you use magic repetitively. Yeah, it basically gives you a full charge.
The strategy here is you destroy the hands, get the magic, and use the magic to attack the head of the boss. The head of the boss is the actual HP. And the enemies that are flying at you, you can shoot those back to the head and just a little bit of damage as well. So here is a trick. He's going to destroy a hand, I think, or not. No, it's not. It
looks like he didn't. Maybe he didn't get it.
So there's basically a thing where you can, after the boss dies, if he still has, he only had one sword, one hand still alive. So I don't think he could have done the trick, but. If the boss still has two hands alive, you can destroy one hand with one sword to gain back full magic, and then if you switch sword to another sword without magic, you can get that sword as well with full magic.
Also, we have another instance of Dogi the Wall Crusher. I believe that's the third one in the marathon. I don't remember if there was one in East 2 or not.
About that boss, that's why he made a ritual level 2 to get the magic. And he actually prefers having magic on a ritual instead of Brillante, I guess, because he changed his sword to get the ritual magic instead of Brillante. So
yeah, his sword route is a little bit different than the one Alec uses. Ravi gets levels 8, 8, and 10.
Get 10, 10 because I can just use the Wing of Alma more deliberately on Steam version. So anyway, I was saying that in the underwater section there, Ravi was using the special attack with a wrist shield. And that special attack actually requires you to mesh. And another difference between the two versions is the rules. Basically, in the Japanese version, Japanese runners are not against using turbo most of the time. So in the Japanese version, the Japanese runners actually use turbo to help with a few things, such as the special attack with the ritual that he used there to go faster underwater. That's just using turbo to mesh, and on the Steam version, turbo is actually banned. So You can do that on the Steam version. That's another little difference that we have between the runs.
And you'll notice before he walked out of the ship there, he actually went off to the side to pick up an item, which he'll be trading for, I think it's for the silver coin later.
Yes. Did he? What level does he have now on the ritual?
I believe it's still 4.
Still 4, so he's going to power it up late. Yeah.
He's gonna get. The next time he upgrades the sword, he's gonna make Ariso level 10.
He still has a lot of ammo to use. So this part of the game is the part of going back and forth. There is a whole lot of going back and forth between Port Rimorge, which is that city, and the Redan village.
Yeah, it looks like according to his route, he's getting Leavart level 8 and Arisil level 10 on his next upgrade.
So he spoke to that guy there to trade the item he just got from the ship for a golden locket, which he will trade later on to get the silver coin.
There's actually something interesting about the item that he traded. You can actually trade that item to somebody else in the other town. I believe it just gives you a bunch of gold.
It gives you something pointless, I don't remember exactly.
Yeah.
It's basically a trap. The game tells you, hey, you can trade this item with this guy. Do you want to trade? And if you trade it, you're locked out. You're locked out of getting the actually good item that you're supposed to get with it.
Yeah, so you get the locket instead, and you trade it with the same guy that has the kind of built-in trap with him, and he gives you something else instead if you give him the locket.
So you didn't remember that part, but it's the same guy?
Yeah, it is the same guy. Basically, it's, he's a guy that's like depressed about having lost something. He doesn't tell you what it is. But you can give him the alcohol to make him feel better, or you can give it to the other guy and give him his actual item back, and he gives you something better.
I think the guy that said is because of his wife and daughter, he can't see them because he got stranded on this island, so he's away from his family.
Yeah.
The story is something like that. We haven't said a lot about the plot. What's going on here?
Yeah, so at the beginning of the game, Adol washes up on shore. He was on a ship, and it gets caught in a storm, and he ends up wrecked on the beach and gets picked up by the people in this Redan village, who are the natives of this area. Several groups of Eurasians have also been shipwrecked in the past because of the weather patterns around the area, and they've established a separate colony, which is the other town. And throughout the game, basically trying to help both groups kind of reestablish the normal balance of things. But just now, we saw him. He gave the 3 mirror fragments back to the people, and Ola. Couldn't remember her name for some reason. And she put it back together, and now the mirror is completed again.
I think the mirror gave them a vision of the sanctuary?
Yes. Yeah.
Basically now he's heading to the sanctuary because of the vision. Baslam and his crew... Baslam is, a merchant?
Yeah, he's a merchant.
Yeah, merchant. And he wanted to get into the sanctuary to... I'm not even sure why.
Probably just find items of value because he's a merchant.
But he's going to do some damaging there now, so we are going to try and stop him. Yeah,
so he's come back into town, and the first thing he did was he bought the next tier of healing item. So he'll be having those equipped later, and then he's upgraded his swords. And that's going to be the last time we see the swords be upgraded in this run. On the Steam version, it's possible to do another upgrade later because of the freedom of the teleport item.
Up something in the routing down there. There was supposed to be.
He forgot to talk to Baslam again.
Is that it?
Uh-oh, no, something is actually
went wrong.
He missed something. I think he forgot to... He forgot something in the other village, I think.
Yeah, he didn't... No, wait, no. Wait, no, I think he just has... No, he just... Wait, what? What is he doing? Oh my god. I think he just has to go to the Zenith Sanctuary.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right. He didn't go to the Sanctuary.
He's going back to the village?
Yeah, I think he's just forgotten his plot triggers a little bit.
Yeah. Oh my god, rip the run. It's all ogre.
Oh no. Oh, he's going. He's going the long way around.
Yeah. Oh, he's going the long way around. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, I don't know why he's doing it this way.
Maybe he just had a brain fart.
He probably just forgot which way he was going.
By the way, he actually tried to go talk to the character we were talking about to get the item, but he's not there yet. He forced us to go here and get a few more plot triggers to make him appear there. So there was another routing mistake, but he kind of forgot what he had to do here. It happens sometimes. Especially, I guess, on the Japanese version, because in this part of the game it's a whole lot of plot and a whole lot of running around and triggering stuff.
Normally on the Steam version you could just teleport to the end of the ruins, but in the JP version you have to go all the way around because you can't go to specific save points.
Oh my god, he fell down. Oh no.
Yeah. I think it just goes to show that this area is very hard to maneuver even with a lot of experience because of the randomness of when enemies attack, and the laser turrets, basically if they hit you they have a 90% chance of knocking you off to the side and pushing you off the ledge. And they can attack you from off screen, which makes them more or less impossible to dodge on purpose. Interesting note about the electrified water here, it always deals 4 damage per tick no matter what your level or what your armor is.
Is it lava?
I think it's electrified water.
Really?
That's what I always thought it was. It doesn't look like lava.
But it's red.
Yes, I don't know. I always assumed it was electrified water. I guess it doesn't really matter.
What does chat think? Tell us your thoughts. So here you see the cutscene where everybody is dead.
Let's see, we got one guy said it's lava, someone said it was fruit punch. And I've got another vote for electrified lava. And Chrono thinks it's beer lava.
Damage. Here plot-wise, I think the 3 fairies, pixies, whatever they are, just did something to the sanctuary. Oh man, I have no idea about the plot.
I think what they did was they unlocked the arc from the sanctuary. I don't remember exactly what the order of stuff is.
Oh, he's going. Where is he going now? I have no idea on the Japanese version with all the running around. I'm used to just teleporting and knowing where to teleport.
I think He must be going to the Redden village because
Yeah.
this is the longer way around to get back to the other town.
Sereda village here. He's actually doing dash jumps plus air attack, the up slash sometimes, and it looks like he's going faster when doing that. That's cool.
You might get a little bit extra air time doing that, so it might keep your momentum a little bit better.
Never seen that before. I'm not sure if he's able to do that because of the turbo or what, but it's cool. Oh, here, the guy here, the boss of the village, is telling you that, I think he's telling you that the Roman Empire?
Yeah, the Roman Empire is the other faction.
Came in and killed and kidnapped everyone.
Yeah, they basically ransacked the village. I think they were looking for some of the people in the village, like the Cirrus and anybody related to her.
Now he's going back to Port Remorse. And I hope he doesn't forget that now he has to get the silver coin. You can see the soldiers already from the Roman Empire taking the territory.
Yeah, so now he's gonna talk to Baslam, and they're gonna...
Snap, he forgot to get the silver coin. This is going to trigger the cutscene. Romu's ship.
No, there's another dialogue, so you have to tell her that you're ready. And,
yeah, well,
he did that.
Why would he come here if he didn't think he was
ready? I don't
ready?
remember him picking up the coin.
He did not, he forgot. He's just forgetting the route a little bit here. Not that big of a deal, but still.
I don't even know. The coin gives you extra chance to critical? Is that what it is? I don't remember.
Yes,
Okay.
That's what it is. You can still get it after the Roman fleet here.
Yeah,
actually, I don't
you just won't have it for the boss in here.
Actually, I don't even know if he meant to get it before or after the Roman fleet. I think he meant
no, it's on his route to get it before.
He just forgot, I guess. He used to get it after the Roman fleet, not before, so, you know, a little bit of... it happens when you change your route and you do a new thing, but forget to do the new thing and just do the old thing again. So what we're doing is, the plan here was to create a banquet. How do you say that? Banquet?
Yeah, they were making... So the admiral of the Roman fleet is basically a glutton. So they planned a big feast banquet for him so they could draw him out, and that way Adol and Terra can infiltrate the Roman fleet and rescue the captured Redden people.
Here picks the lock and opens the what's it called? Jail thing.
Prison cell?
Prison cell. There is still someone missing, so you have to go look for them, I guess.
Yep.
Oh, here is another boss fight with a glitch. You can actually kill this boss without fighting it normally like he did with Udmeyu, the Ruins of Lost Time boss. But he's not going to do that because it's actually slower this time around. You can only hit the hitbox of the boss before the fight if you use the ritual magic, I think. And magic recharges really slowly, so it just takes forever to keep waiting for the magic and using it.
It might not actually take that long to recharge. He has it at level 10, right? But it would still take long enough that it's much slower than just doing this. Because as you see, he does a ton of damage.
It's already dead and he doesn't even have a second magic yet. It takes forever to just magic.
Absolutely obliterated that thing.
I fight that boss with Brillante normally, and it's really annoying because he can, he does like a vomit attack. He vomits at the ground and it's all slippery. So movement is really annoying there to fight the boss. But I guess with Richie, it's not so bad.
Yeah, the terrain is really annoying in that fight because it gets, like you said, it gets slippery. And it affects your movement even while you're in the air. So even if you're trying to jump around, it makes it really hard to go anywhere.
This is Gaze, by the way. We haven't said anything about it.
That was the guy that we lost the duel to at the start of the game, and he's shown up a couple more times as like a minor character. He's kind of doing his own thing.
Let's see if he does the glitch here. Let's see.
So yeah, it looks like he did it.
Yeah, nice. He got it. That's a new thing he found. I don't even know if he found it, but I think he found it like a few days ago. That's kind of complicated to explain how it works. I guess the should I try explaining it?
I think so. The what's going on right now is he has to escort Ola and Terra out of the fleet, and they follow him. But you can only transition areas if they're close enough to you. I think. I don't think it's either determined on their distance to you or their distance to the end load zone. By getting them stuck in that staircase, it puts them close enough that it allows the trigger to go off.
It's basically because it's the distance between the girls and Adol, but it's not the vertical distance. So if we're just close enough to Adol in a horizontal distance way, they can still trigger the cutscene from all the way down the stairs. That's kind of how it works.
Yeah, it just saves having to do a little bit more positional manipulation because they move a lot slower than Adol does, so you either have to wait for them or kind of run around and make them follow you a little bit better.
Anyway, he after killing the frog boss, Lana Luna, he got the key from the captain, from the admiral guy, and with that key opened a chest that got him the Starlight Medal, which is a 50% boost to experience. So he's going to use that for the rest of the run to grind a little bit faster. He did it earlier on while fighting the soldiers while escaping the ship.
Yeah, and plot-wise, so we just saw another vision of the sanctuary where Ernst is there with the three fairies, and he summons his black amethyst sword and destroys the statue in the sanctuary. So just another side note about like some plot things here. The three swords that Adol's using in this game are also made of amethyst. They're made of varying colors. Black and white are kind of the more mythical types of amethysts that are really rare. Ernst's sword is black amethyst and thus considered significantly more powerful than anything that Adol has. And that was part of the reason why they were able to attack the village so easily, even though the Red people have weapons that are also made of Emulus. The black one just overpowers it so much that he can basically have free reign over fighting anybody.
You saw that earlier he got the item that he forgot to get before the Roman part, the silver, what's it even called? Silver medal, silver medallion?
The lucky silver coin.
Silver coin, I think it's called. Yeah, so he got the silver coin now. I don't think he equipped it yet. Anyway,
I don't think so.
while he was running to the Redan village here, you saw him swap weapons because Erichel is faster for movement, but he had full magic on Erichel, so he just switched to Brillante, because now that he has level 8 Brillante, he can just, by having it equipped, Brillante will regain magic. And so he's using Brillante now to get full magic for the next dungeon. Also, here is another difference between the two versions. He had to come out of that room to exit the village, which triggers that cutscene with the two people there talking. But on the Steam version, you can just teleport out and skip all that and just be done with it. It's another cutscene that you can skip on the Steam version.
Yeah, and at this point, we're going to be moving into the final area.
Yeah.
And you'll notice that he's got full magic on all 3 swords now, so he switches back to Erichel to go a little bit faster. And just something of interest. It's actually possible to get into this area earlier than intended.
Very early in the game. Like at the start of the game, you can get here. Right at the start of the game. Everything destroys you 10 times over with a single attack.
Yeah, and even just getting in there for the save point wouldn't matter for the JP version because you can't teleport to it. So it's not something that's relevant to this run at all.
Even on the Steam version, it wouldn't be faster to
it wouldn't really be.
He is using Turbo to just mash the special attack here and go faster down the stairs. Also, you saw him equip the silver coin, which gives you more critical hits. And he's about to die. I'm not sure why he's not healing.
No, he's fine.
Healed now.
So you'll see a couple of those kind of wall guardian mini-bosses in this area.
He's going to do the last grinding.
Yep.
The grinding of the run. Against enough bombs.
He's gonna kill these bombs for a while. I think so. He just got a level up. It'll be 3 more levels after this, I think. And specifically on his notes, he has the level that he needs, and additionally to be under a certain experience to the next level, which will basically be the optimal amount for killing bosses later, to be just over the threshold for another level at some point. The XP values are a little bit more deterministic in this game than they are for the other 3D Steam games like Origin or Felghana, because there's no combo counter, so enemies always give a flat amount of XP based on your level and their level. You don't have to worry about keeping a combo or calculating out things like that if you drop a combo somewhere along the line.
Bombs are the same like in the Grana Vallis mountain dungeon. They explode, so they explode quickly, so they're difficult to kill, and because of that they give a lot of experience. Much more experience than normal enemies give around here, so that's why we're grinding bombs again.
Yeah, fortunately they're a little bit more lenient than the ones in the mountain. They take a lot longer to explode, and because of how strong Adol is at this point, you basically kill them in one hit, as opposed to needing to do either a dash attack or a down stab and get multiple hits to kill them.
This is a lot easier, you're not going to die here. I think he's going to get one more level and then proceed forward.
Yeah, it looks like he's gonna... I think he's actually going a level higher than... Is this one level higher than you usually get?
325 HP and go forward.
I think he's gonna grind out part of this level as well.
Yeah, and then move, okay.
Just so he gets one extra level off a boss somewhere. Most likely off of the second to last boss.
Could be the third to last boss.
I would assume it's the second to last one, just because if you got an extra level off the one before it, you would get less from the second to last boss. Obviously, the experience from the final boss doesn't matter because the game's over at that point.
The final boss doesn't even give experience, actually.
Yeah.
Was another door mid-boss. Move swiftly.
So here we've reached... This amounts to the midpoint of the Kishkal area. And he's gonna walk over here and pick up another Kapla water. I don't know if we actually said what Kapla water does. So, he should have... He has 2 of them, right? Is it 2 or 3 that he has right now?
No, I think, yeah, it's 3, he has 3.
Yeah, you get a 4th one at the very end, right? So Kapla water is basically the ultimate healing item for this game. It heals you to full health and recharges all of your magic gauges to full. So he's going to be using that towards the end of the game to speed up the boss fights by a lot. And keep himself from dying too, because even at the levels that he's at, he's going to be taking a lot of damage from those bosses at the end of the game. And it's, especially the second to last boss, it's really difficult to avoid taking hits while dealing damage quickly. So the healing effect is really useful for making sure that the fight is anywhere near consistent.
Second to last boss is probably the hardest boss in the run.
Yeah, it's hardest bosses are probably the second to last boss.
You just missed the trick there, by the way.
Yeah. So there's a bit of an extended type jump slash that you can do in this game. It's...
I didn't even know you could do that here. Oh my god, what is it? I didn't know you could do that, so I got it now.
There we go. We got it that time. So the difference between the one that he made and missed is that you see he got the whirlwind attack at the end of his combo.
Yep, slash.
Which gives you just a little bit of extra height and distance to get over that gap. It's the only place where that type of tech is really useful, because the gaps are mostly built to be reached with a single jump slash, and anywhere where that's kind of intended by the developers.
It's actually a skip. You skip a plat. You're supposed to do a few more things there to rise more platforms, but we skip that thanks to that technique.
You notice he did the skip with Ursil. It's actually possible to do it with any sword, but I think it's a little bit easier with Ursil because you get that little extra speed naturally from the jump, the lunge dash jump.
Actually saw in his route that he doesn't use the Kapla water against the second to last boss.
Yeah, it looks like he doesn't use it. It looks like he just uses
sense.
normal healing items.
Doesn't make any
I suspect he probably, if I had to guess, because this is how I killed the second to last boss in my Nightmare playthrough, is I basically just equipped a reseal and mashed it against him in the corner, and just basically spammed him down instead of using magic. And
yeah, but if he's not going to use the couple of water on the second to last boss, where is he going to use it?
It looks like he's got it equipped for the arc.
Oh.
I'm not sure why he needs that many couple of waters for the final boss.
Yeah, exactly. That makes no sense to me. I kind of think he brought the route. He's not wrong, but we'll see, I guess. Here is the third to last boss.
Yep. So this is the boss rush type ending to this game. We're basically going to be seeing 3 bosses in succession, the last one being the game's final boss. There's a few plot points in between. Several of them hopefully will be skipped. I assume the cutscene skips are possible on JP as well.
Yeah.
I don't actually know because I've never played the JP version.
He's just going to bomb rush this boss, I guess.
Yeah, that's basically the strat on the Steam version too, is you can deal so much damage at one time that you can basically just rush this boss down before he does too much. He does hit very hard, but normally you can deal enough damage to him quickly that you don't get hit enough times to die. And even if you do die, it's a pretty quick death if it happens. So it doesn't really affect your time that much.
The boss is not a big deal. I need to see if he uses the couple of water or not here. This should be the... Maybe it's because of his new experience routing that he doesn't need the couple of water for this boss.
Possible.
That's what the thing, that routing, that the experience thing was about. See, this is supposed to be the hardest boss in the run.
Yeah. If he's using Kapla water for the final boss, he might just be using all of it at once and trying to do the boss in one cycle instead of 2.
It's definitely going to be...
Yeah, because he does pick up this last one here right before Ernst as well.
Yeah, there was a cutscene skip, the jump he did. That was a glitched jump to get on top of that platform without going through the stairs, because if you go through the stairs, you trigger a cutscene with the semi-dead Gaze that was laying down there by the door.
Yeah, guy's got into a sibling rivalry with Ernst, and Ernst beat the crap out of him.
But now he has 4 couple of water and he's going to use them all on the arc? That seems...
That's what it looks like.
That's very strange to me. The one cycle should be really, really easy. It's possible to do with a single.
I don't think you would. Yeah, I don't think you would need that many unless he just doesn't want to change swords for some reason. Because he does have lower level of Leavard and Brillante than you do in your run.
That's true.
But yeah, it looks like he's just gonna spam here with a reseal instead of using magic at all.
This
is a much riskier version of this fight because you end up having to dodge more attacks, I think.
This it's not looking too good to me. Let's see.
He did not get the cutscene skip.
But you can actually, after you kill this boss, if you're quick enough running to the door, you can actually exit the room, and that skips this cutscene entirely, which saves kind of exactly.
I think it's like a minute. Yeah, it's a minute 30 to 2 minutes or something like that.
2 minutes. I've timed it. It's almost exactly 2 minutes, basically. It is not easy.
His strategy for Ernst is interesting because the Aerial magic attack is actually the least effective one against Ernst. because it's a lightning attack that bounces between enemies, it can actually target all the fairies as well. So it's a little bit less effective than something like the Leaf Art magic, which is just a whirlwind that hits anything right next to you. But it seems like it's not... With the use of... With more healing items at his disposal, it's probably not too likely that he dies. It's just a little bit different, and probably more based on the routing of his sword usage than anything else.
I notice if it was one level higher than normal there. The experience route. I'm kind of curious about that. Basically, you can skip this cutscene if you just run to the door. Normally, when there are barriers to prevent you from exiting rooms like that during boss fights, but for some reason, after you kill Ernst, that barrier goes away, so you can just exit the room and skip the cutscene. But it's not easy to do because you have to be really focused to fight Ernst in the first place. So it's hard to be focused on fighting, and as soon as you kill, be focused on running away. Because that movement technique to run away quickly enough to exit the room is it's like we said at the start, it's kind of impossible to do without the mouse, and fighting a boss with the mouse is at the same time kind of impossible. So he was fighting Ernst with the keyboard there, and getting quickly enough to exiting the room quickly enough with the keyboard is a lot harder than it would be with the mouse. So it's not an easy skip to do.
Ideally, in order to get the cutscene skip there, you want to defeat Ernst as low on the screen as possible. He was more towards the middle vertically and off to the side, so being off to the side is a lot more difficult because you have to change directions really accurately to do it quickly. But so this is the final boss of the game, the Ark of Napishtim. It's basically a weather device that has created the storm systems around this continent that cause ships to crash and people to be basically shipwrecked on this continent. And after it was activated, it's trying to create an enormous tidal wave to basically wipe out everything on the planet.
It's just here because the laser position is actually different after you die, and it's a lot harder to kill the boss with the lasers in the position they start at. So I guess it just took a quick death to change the positions of the lasers to a more preferable position.
Yeah, so...
Wow, he used the magic for the orb there, that's weird. Instead of
each of those orbs has 1,000 hit points. It can only be damaged by the corresponding sword. So you actually have to switch between swords while dodging the lasers. And the second phase of the fight, you're able to attack the core of the Ark. There is no save in between.
You die fighting the core, then you are back to fighting. Before
yeah, so you just used all the capital water to unload magic attack after magic attack.
That was overkill.
And kills it very, very quickly.
It's time.
But yeah, that would be time.